to get these endorsements from 5 unions today, big deal or no?
So the UAW feels good for Democrats. They like that because they associate labor union, and not to be obsessed with 1968, but when it was Walter Reuther and when it was Chicago was a city of big shoulders and all of that stuff. What's the driving force in the Democratic Party today? It's the same thing that's a driving force in Chicago. Teachers unions, police, fire, government worker unions. That's the mainstay of the Democratic Party. Those are their troops on the ground. They're the door knockers. They provide the lion's share of the money. They like to talk about the blue-collar guys doing the work, but it's a lot of office workers and those folks who are making the Democrats work.
Campaign infrastructure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unions matter because they give an organic reach to your field organization. And field is still really important in truth. One of the things that you don't hear much about, although it did change a little bit with Lara Trump coming in, they closed a lot of field offices at the national level for the RNC, but they did a great ground game. The Republicans. They have done really well in expanding the map for themselves. That's all the unspoken stuff that we don't like to cover because it's too boring. But that's why unions are so important for Democrats. Now, the new question is, which union?
Right.
Okay? So if you're running on the East Coast, you need this union called 1199, which is the healthcare workers, because they have the best infrastructure along the East Coast.
Right.
If you're talking about the country, if you could pick one, you'd probably go with the Teamsters. Why? Because they have so many different industries and they have over 1 million members.
Give me the SEIU. I'm taking the if I can have one union.
Nevada.
I'm taking SEIU, hotel workers across the country.
That's where all no tax on
hospitality.
tips.
Hospitality.
Yeah, exactly.
But the UAW is the auto workers, 300,000 strong or so.
So the Teamsters union has not yet endorsed either candidate.
Right. They're being cagey. And I will be very surprised. They one time gave their endorsement to a Republican, right? One time, but they always play a little cagey, right? They say, oh, maybe this is the time. Now, if there was ever a time that they were going to do it, it would have been right there at that moment. Trump post-assassination attempt, Republicans riding high, leading in the race. That would have been the moment when he addressed that audience.
But he didn't.
But he didn't. And then he took 11 kinds of blowback from other unions and from his own members about addressing the convention.
Well, and then you heard other people get up on that same stage in Milwaukee and say things that were exactly antithetical to what he had just been preaching. I mean, it really was sort of like, whoa, what, I mean, it was a bit of a whiplash.
For organized labor in America, they have the same problem that a lot of interest groups have, which is if you belong to one party, you are taken for granted, and it becomes impossible for you to get the things that you want from them because your votes aren't in doubt. But the other side of that is that if you fool around, right, and you lose the connection to the party, if you are seen as being disloyal, seen as being separate, then your access goes down. So that's the tightrope that they walk, and we know which way he's going.
Clearly.
Yeah.
No, not very subtle, that T-shirt.
Well, the analysis to do is the membership votes which way. They don't do what they're told to do,
right?
The way it used to be.
Yeah.
And now you have to believe that in a lot of the swing states that matter, you have a lot of people who may be in unions who are not Democrats, even if the union gives the
Trump will win 70% of Teamsters votes, regardless of who the Teamsters officially endorse.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.